How's it going, everyone? My name is Reloading64 and welcome back to Buried Interactive Story. Now, let's just get started. Go to the next chapter. I'm just moving my mic. Whew. So last episode, we barely got away. It's been a couple days since I played this, so let's see. Right up, the elevator is tense. Take a series of deep breaths, doing everything I can to stay in control. Amy has gone back to her feet, but her head is pressed against the elevator wall as she suppresses the series of sobs. I find myself trying to remember the way those creatures look, but my mind seems to shudder at the effort. I have seen something that is an possibility and mockery of what I know is real. This fills me with a terror that dwarfs anything else I have felt since discovering the facility. I try to focus my mind on something else and remember Marcus' threats. I wonder if we'll see Marcus again. I say mostly to myself. You think Marcus got away from those things? Amy asks. I think he obviously did. Probably. She opens her mouth as if to say something, but her mouth simply hangs open. He's gone, I assure her. Don't worry about him. We have bigger problems to worry about right now. But honestly, I'm speaking more to myself than her. So, I say, how did you end up here? She gives a nervous chuckle and shrugs. I used to work with the Pentagon. It was some pretty upper echelon stuff that I still can't discuss. I assume this place is even more upper echelon, I said. This place isn't even on the scale, she answers. My other job was a cakewalk compared to this. Then why stay? I ask. Because the money is ridiculous. I have a 13-year-old daughter already talking about Harvard. You do the math. Harvard, huh? That's ambitious. Any other kids? No, just the one. Her dad split on us when she was 3. I never remarried, so no siblings for her. May have only gotten one, but the one I got is amazing. Amy pauses before continuing softly. What if I never see? Her voice breaks off, the words too terrible to say. Her eyes fill with tears. The elevator comes to a stop, the slight ding of it interrupting the moment. Amy hastily wipes her eyes, and we waste no time in getting back inside the command center. So, if these things can bend time, my question is, how can they get up to the upper level? Well, why don't they go to the upper level, I mean. There was also something I wanted to say about this story, but I don't remember. I was thinking about it before I started recording, then I did some things I needed to do, and then I started right now, and I'm just remembered, oh, there was something I wanted to say, but I can't remember it. Let's see, let's continue. Also, the last episode was very long. An hour of reading. Huh! Ready the rifle. Suddenly is certain that there are more of those creatures waiting for us in the hallway of the second level. But the way is clear, allowing us to haul ass to the command center. Once again, I find myself staring at the screen that shows my ruined worksite. Okay, Amy says, typing commands rapidly. It can't be that hard. Keep peeking over my shoulders, my sense of feeling as if the monsters are sneaking up on us mere inches away. I then think of Dennis and wonder how he is faring back on level 3. Is he safe? I look back at the screens and see that Amy has finally found what she's looking for. A prompt on the screen says override of hangar doors and all level 3 locks required clearance code. Amy types in a number with shaking fingers and the screen goes black for a moment. The moment the words override confirm come up on the screen, Amy jumps up from the chair and heads out of the room. We have to be quick, she says. We have exactly 20 minutes to open those hangar doors. What happens in 20 minutes? Locks will kick in again, she says. Security measures, I couldn't do anything about it. Oh, okay. I fell her out of the command center and bound back down the hallway towards the same elevator that brought us here. Amy punches the elevator button and the doors slide open. We're taking the same elevator back to the biochem room, I ask. Those creatures are still down there. It's the only way back down, she says. The other way is blocked by the hydraulic doors we pulled. Hopefully the creatures left. Shit. Hopefully. Neither of us say anything else as we share the look of immense dread. We step back into the elevator and head back down to the biochem room on level 3. Damn. This is what's really cool about this game, that sometimes you have to make decisions, and those decisions affect the future as well. So, like this, if I didn't if I kept it locked, if I left that thing open, because in the last episode it said it bought us some time. Now I'm wondering if it actually did. But this one now, in this episode, it's saying, oh, you know, it's closed and the only way back is through the way we came from, where those things were. So I wonder if I didn't close it, if I would have been able to go around it instead and try to go through the same way we went through in the first place. But then again, we don't know if that guy, Dennis, I think, we don't know if Dennis would still be alive if we left it open. Because he's still down there, so we'll see. As the elevator doors open, we peer out looking to see if the creatures are still in the area. But it's all clear. When Amy looks to me, her eyes are clear and strong. Marcus wasn't entirely wrong, Amy says as we start walking back towards the hangar doors. About what, I ask. About how I am partially to blame for this. Why would you be to blame? Some of the things we do here, it's scary. We should have known that one day something like this would happen. How would you know? Everyone here with knowledge of what goes on in level 3 is to blame, she says. It's a highly advanced research facility, I say, doing amazing but risky stuff. So yeah, you're partially to blame by just working here, but I can understand the dedication. So why don't you tell me a bit more about what does go on in level 3, I ask. Are you familiar with the Large Hadron Collider over in Switzerland? Yes. I've heard the phrase, but that's about it, what I say. It's a powerful particle accelerator, she explains. Right now, they're using it to try to create what's called dark matter. It's theorized that this dark matter actually makes up the majority of the universe, but parts of the universe are very different from ours. My guess is that the people at LHC will probably create their first dark matter particle in about 2018 or 2019. Here in this facility, we were able to create one almost 10 years ago. It was the key to our research. Yeah, I remember the powerful particle accelerator. A lot of people were worried that they would be creating black holes and sucking up the Earth. So, does this have something to do with those things? What does this matter do? Dark matter. I forgot exactly what it is, but it's basically taking up most of... There's matter and dark matter, and apparently dark matter makes up most of the universe. At least, if I'm remembering that correctly. Let's see. We use dark matter to assist with instantaneous transfer of a subject, but we have yet to perfect it or understand why it works. So, you're saying it lets you gain access to different dimensions, I ask? That's the theory, she says. During the point-to-point transfer, the subjects are gone for about 3 to 6 seconds. There's no way to see or measure their presence, but they exist somewhere. From what we can tell, they exist in a kind of void. What is that place like? Have you done this with people? They have, because I did see that test. We have sent human subjects through. Almost all of them have returned successfully. I make an involuntary grimace. Almost? There was one man, Dr. Kana, who didn't return. We don't know where. She trails off, talking a moment to collect herself. Sorry, I asked, I say, feeling my mind start to bend inwards again. As we continue to walk between the silos, we walk past the area where we left Marcus behind. But he's long gone. Maybe found a way out. We realize that we are walking very close together between the silos, perhaps trying to create the illusion of safety. We reach to the exit connecting to the hangar doors, where Dennis hopefully still is. My guts clench and my heart hammers in my chest as we open the door and walk through. I lift the rifle, but at first it seems that there is nothing waiting for us. And that's when I see the glowing, hulking shape to my left, closing in fast. Oh shit! Shit, we're here again. Where's Dennis? Creature's about 10 feet away and coming in quickly, so I do the first thing that comes to mind. Drop to the ground, making myself a smaller target, and raise the rifle. I'm not sure if I should just unload it on best or try to be choosy with my shots and weaken it, or at least slow it down. Oh no! Shoot to weaken. We can't just unload, we need the bullets. We don't even know if bullets work on it. The shit causes the entire milky white frame to jerk to the floor. It flounders, its ghost-like tentacles writhing with rage as it cries out at me. It seems to turn and jerk away parts of it, appearing and disappearing every few feet. It moves down the hall and out of sight. I look quickly around for others, but there is only Amy. She looks at where the monster went with wide eyes. Her face is pale, and I wonder if, like me, she's able to feel her mind trying to retreat. Come on, I say, let's find Dennis and get through these hangar doors. Amy glances at her watch and nods. We're already down to 6 minutes. Turn towards the hangar doors, and I'm a little disgusted with myself because the bloody scene that so shocked me before now seemed mild. Amy goes to work on the computer console on the side of the door. She starts punching in keys before saying, "This is going to take some time." "I thought you already unlocked it," I asked. "I did," she says, "but for this door there's still security permissions I need to hack. Marcus would have known how to do this." She trails off, and I decided to let her work. Suddenly something slams into me. I feel my feet leave the floor, and I'm literally thrown across the concrete. I look up in time to see one of the creatures is apparently in no hurry to attack me, again focusing on Amy instead. She's not armed. I need to come up with a plan to get this thing away from her so she can focus on getting the door open. It raises one of its flickering appendages, making me certain that a part of its makeup is pure light and energy. I could easily take a shot with my rifle, but my mind again goes to how much remaining ammo I have. The only other thing I can think of is to get it to chase me and lead it away from this room somewhere. I don't have that much ammo left. I don't know how much ammo I have. Distract the monster and run. "Hey," I yell, "right here. Come get me. I'm the one that shot your buddy." He turns to me, and I am again faced with staring at something that has no business in this world, in this reality. Its body gives off a short and glow around the central part, a bulbous core that is branched off into the two humps, very much like a spider. Again, I sense that this visual information is not accurate, but it's the best my simple mind can do to make sense of this impossible creature. It starts lurching towards me and lets out a shriek of agony that makes my ears feel like they'll explode. Now that I'm sure it's coming for me, I take off running and head into another hallway we haven't been down. I find myself in an industrial-looking area, and I am pleased to find that the monster has followed me through. Ooh. Whoa, where is this place? The room seems to be an assortment of old pipes and tanks. I assume some of them run further down into the other areas of the facility. With the creature on my tail, I dash into the maze of metal, hoping to lose it. It's definitely having a harder time squeezing through than I am, and that slows it down. Of course, the room is not a cage of any kind. The thing is still heading towards me, shredding through the pipes as it rages. I notice that sometimes it is breaking the steel girders, but other times it seems like it's somehow merging or changing them. Pipes that were separate are now connected together in a way that makes my head hurt. I finally get a good amount of distance between myself and the creature, and I think it's lost my trail. I need to get back to those hangar doors. There's not much time before they close shut. If I make a sound, that creature could be on my heels again. Oh, shit. Escape quietly. Because Amy could probably not have those doors open. Take care to stay silently twisting myself through some more pipes and making my way back towards the door I entered through. The creature doesn't seem to pick up on this. I see it's glowing back. I come around. It lets out a static scream that makes my insides feel like jelly. I don't even look back. I slide quietly through the rusted obstacle course and tiptoe back to the hangar doors. Oh, did I make it? Hopefully I made it. No, they're closed. First back into the large room and see Amy still working on the computer terminal by the hangar doors. Oh, good. "You okay?" I ask Amy. I clearly see her battling for control of her faculties. Steel determination wins out, and she gives a grim nod. "Any sign of where Dennis went?" I ask, hoping she hasn't noticed his body somewhere. "No," she replies. Damn. It's then that I realize that I have no idea how many rounds I have remaining in the rifle. This isn't a model I'm familiar with outside of some deer hunting. Not much of an expert on firearms. So I'm able to locate the chamber easily and see that there are 4 rounds left. So we did have bullets. Not great, but it could be worse. "How are we on time?" I ask her. 2 minutes. I'm going as fast as I can," she says. Amy does her best to focus on the keyboard, but there's still no sign of Dennis. Before I have time to look around, a screeching sound erupts from the other end of the room. Bring the rifle up in my shooter's stance and turn around. With the hangar doors right behind me, no signs of Dennis, and a closing window of time, I have to be confident. Yet when two monsters come around the corner, my body wants to shut down. Crap! Appendages seem to jump in time and space, reaching out for a split second independent of the body, and then disappearing back to where they came from. Turns out, it turns and screeches at me, its glowing tentacles shaking out of its body. My knees tremble uncontrollably. Behind me, Amy shrieks. I feel myself losing control, my mind sliding into the abyss of insanity. Pull myself back from the brink. I've got to stay in control. Let's shoot them. Step away from Amy and the hangar doors towards the monster, ready to fend her. I read the rifle bound creature waits no time. It makes that jerky motion towards me, and there's a sharp pain in my chest as it collides with me. Or through me, it's hard to tell. My instinct is to try to grapple or hold this thing down, but then I realize I don't even know if that'll work. Should have turned away. Try to get away. No, we need to protect Amy. Let's grab him. Try to grapple with the creature, but it feels very different from my struggle with Marcus earlier. It's not easily grabbed. My fingers slide through the parts of it. Some parts like a ghost, others like a jellyfish. Touching it burns my hands, but only slightly. When I realize I can't grip it, I quickly spring away and turn to face it. With screams of defiance, I raise the rifle and put around in its core. The shot lands dead center, and the light inside of the flickers almost violently. It falls back against the wall, issuing a hiss of its telltale static noise. It then jerks away and retreats, at least for now. Another terror appears as if out of nowhere, screaming at me. With its high-pitched whine, it bounds forward, charging in a strange, spastic way. I aim the rifle, intending to take one in the core too. Take several shots, but still coming at me. As it slams into me, I realize that I only have one bullet left. On contact, the wind is knocked out of me, my lungs, and the back of my head strikes the floor. But neither of these things is alarming as the fact that the beast is on top of me. Its exterior is like a seashell that has been pounded by the surf for so long that it has lost all edges and ridges. The grip it tries to capture me with is pure violence. I feel those light-soaked appendages starting to wrap around me. I raise the rifle knowing I still have one shot left. The weight of the monster is erratic. One moment I feel weightless, another feels like I'm going to be crushed. I push upwards with the rifle to aim, but it is overpowering me. I'm not sure I'd be able to get an effective shot off. I see the core of its body, a spider-like shape connected to the rest of it by a thin white strings of tissue. I know I'll be dead within seconds unless I can manage to shoot a shot, but I don't know where to aim. This thing has already survived for so long. Shoot for the tentacles. Where are the tentacles? Is it talking about this? Connected to the rest of it by thin white strings of tissue. Is that what it's talking about, the tentacles? Because I don't remember seeing. Let's go for the tentacles, because the center doesn't seem to be. Picture seconds away from tearing into my shoulder. I have to stop it now. Grunt as I try to angle the rifle in the direction of the creature's formless limbs. Appendages begins tugging down on the barrel, and it's that moment that I pull the trigger, unleashing my final shot. Shot aggravates it enough to win me some breathing room. I've saved my shoulder. This thing's still alive and kicking. Thank God I saved this bullet earlier. But then I see the creature extend its tentacles in a violent whip-like motion, scampering away while making that static screeching sound. The creature disappears into the thin air and reappears a few feet from me, retreating. With a shudder and a cry of desperation, I get to my feet just in time to see that monster head in the direction of the biochem room. It looks over at me from her terminal at the hangar doors, looking petrified. I manage to help myself up when I see another figure nearing us. But to my relief, I realize it's a human figure, Dennis with a gun. You okay, boss? He asks, but His eyes aren't on me. They are looking at the creatures, trying to understand exactly what he has just seen. About 15 minutes ago, I heard the door to that maintenance room unlocked, Dennis says, pointing to the room I tried to bust my way into earlier. Ah, Amy says, when I did the override up in the command center, it unlocked all the small doors down here, including that maintenance room. Went inside there and hid, Dennis continues, and while I was waiting for you to come back, I found a massive trunk. There are a few guns in it, so I grabbed this one, he says, patting his shotgun. Glad you're safe, Dennis. I am. Whew. So see, that last shot I have was the shot that I could have used to kill Marcus, I think was his name. So that's good. Thanks, boss, he says. Me too. She doesn't break eye contact with the panel. Almost done, she replies. Suddenly, without warning, a shot ricocheted off the wall behind Amy's head. Sorry, we look around confused. Did Dennis's gun go off? Another shot blasts near us again. We all drop onto the floor. Look around wondering who or what could possibly be shooting at us. Those creatures don't do anything that sounds remotely like gunfire. It's Marcus. And then I see him. Marcus, I should have killed him when I had the chance. He has a rifle and is walking towards us, an insane look in his eyes. Oh, you deserve to die, he screams, unleashing another round that I hear whiz by my head. Dennis doesn't hesitate. He stands up and shoots at Marcus, causing him to retreat. How much longer, Amy? Almost there, she says quietly. She makes a few final key presses and says, done. The doors open with a noise of hydraulics and a whoosh of air. Marcus pinned down by Dennis. A gunfire, we start moving towards the doors. At that moment, another creature jerks into existence around the corner between us and Marcus. Shit, Marcus says, and starts unloading onto it. But then he learns the same lesson we did. This only slows the creature down. Marcus gives us one last look and then turns and runs off in another direction. Dennis, Amy, and I climb up and head through the doors, moving on nothing more than adrenaline. See her look longingly at the maintenance room Dennis took the shotgun from. We get into the hangar, Dennis says. I'll get some more firepower. Satisfied with the plan, Amy heads through the door. Scramble inside, finally inside the hangar. Dennis approaches from behind, holding several guns and looking like a kid who grabbed a armful of Halloween candy. He's gonna get grabbed. Reaches out for 9mm with one hand. Dennis turns to me and holds out a shotgun and a handgun for me to choose. Both look deadly. The shotgun looks more powerful, but the handgun will probably be more precise. Let's go with precision. He took the handgun. I select the handgun and I am comforted by the way it seems to fit perfectly in my shaky grip. There are more creatures coming, as many as a dozen. They're floating down the hall quickly, their tentacles slithering. The way their light seems to mingle together is almost beautiful. Close the door, I yell at Amy. She dashes to another terminal mounted on the inside of the hangar doors and tries desperately to close them. It's not working, she says with tears in her eyes. This terminal is disabled. He looks through the open doors, readying himself to shoot the first monster that nears us. Should we try to slow a few down or just run for it, he asks, his gun at the ready. Fire away. It should close, right? She said that it would lock down after a couple of minutes. I'm gonna bank on that. I use my handgun to take several precise calculated shots that splash through their forms, slowing them down. There's fire shot into the approaching swarm and they scatter instantaneously. Just to give them something to think about, he says smugly. With that, we turn around and sprint out into the hangar floor. Did it close? Maybe we shouldn't have used it then. We should have saved our ammo. The room is enormous, so large that I call it a room seems silly. A large concrete floor stretches out below an expansive lofted ceiling. The area is mostly empty except for the one side which has rows and rows of metal barrels. Back in the far wall is a lit area that seems to expose more rooms, labs, and machinery. Also in the rear of the hangar, I can see some kind of chamber or control center. Dennis and I follow Amy across the hangar floor. Behind us, a series of rough slithering sounds tells us that the creatures have made their way into the hangar. From somewhere up ahead, a loud buzzing noise sounds out. It reminds me of the slight buzzing noise I heard in the forest and noise that I've tried to avoid. I look ahead and see that in the far back of the hangar, a bright red light is flashing. There's a small hatch door below the light. That hatch is open and I can see a shape inside it. I barely make out the figure of a man standing there holding an industrial microphone, and as soon as I see him, I hear his huge amplified voice. It blares down over an intercom system and he sounds pissed. I don't know who the hell you are, he says, but this is a government facility on lockdown and there are protocols to shit. Assume the curse coincides with the exact moment he sees the creatures. They're making their way through the hangar doors. There are maybe 20 feet between us and the creatures. I act instinctively, firing twice as the handgun comes alive in my hands. One shot goes into the core of one monster, causing it to jerk backwards. Another shot slows down another. The accuracy I get with the 9mm is amazing. Amy and Dennis take the cue to start firing as well. The floor becomes littered with a swirling white fluid from the wounded creatures' bodies, but they're not slowing down. The alarm keeps shrieking behind us. When I turn to see if anything has changed back there, I trip over my feet. I hit the ground hard and I, in almost comic fashion, slide several feet across the floor. From the ground I see that I have managed to turn back 4 of them, but I also see that my estimate of a dozen is off. There are at least 20 of them. They're sick, dim light, sinister, and gloomy. Their appendages seem to bind together as they come forward. My only hope of survival is that the man in the far doorway has somehow shuts that hangar door. His voice comes blaring over the intercom again, broken by the booming noise of the gunfire that we are laying down. Run here towards the isolation chamber. I'm not sure how much time we had. I realize that I can sprint ahead of Amy and Dennis, or I can hang back and give them cover. We gotta cover them! Go inside where that guy is, I say. I'll make sure we don't have any of those things right on our tails. I'll hold him back for a while. I know it sounds macho, but it feels like the right thing to do. It is. I have to at least try to give us some kind of chance for escape. So as Amy and Dennis run through the doors, I blast at the next thing that I see moving. I get for my troubles is that static-like hiss and a high-pitched whistling noise. I'm able to beat them back for a bit, forcing them to scatter. Each flicker of the light is a small victory. If nothing else, I am buying Amy and Dennis time. I'm certain there is nothing more I can do. I turn around and run. I also quickly catching up with Amy and Dennis, who stop and turn to provide me with cover fire. There, Amy says, pointing at the small door where the man was standing earlier. The swarm is less than 15 feet away now, so furious that they are pushing through one another to get to us. I raise the handgun and fire, taking my time to aim. I hit one in the spider-like part of its body. I fire again, this time taking one in the core. I place 2 more rounds into this creature, eventually causing it to move backwards. We're in the middle of the hangar floor now, with the isolation chamber ahead and the monsters behind. Besides me, Dennis also fires. The kicks of the gun jolts him, probably a result of him being weakened from the blood loss. The shot lands true, though, causing a jerking stumble and a flickering of its light. Almost in it, Amy yells. As we get close to the door, we hope will save us. I'm gonna tell them to go inside first. Get inside, I tell Amy and Dennis, motioning for them to get moving with my gun. I open the door and give Dennis a push towards it. He resists, more eager to try taking down another one of the beasts before he makes it into safety, but he eventually gives in. I wait and beat a beat to make sure Amy's inside too. I fire off a few rounds on the creatures that are still headed for us, hoping to slow them down. When Amy and Dennis clear the door, I nearly dash inside. Then I feel something hot seep into my back. Roger! Dennis yells. Pain in my back is so immense that I barely notice the fact that I am being lifted from the floor. No! Look down and see that one of those creatures is using its flowing arms to grab me by my waist, its tentacles wrapping around me. It lifts me into the air as if it presents me as a trophy to its friends. I try to focus, attempting to angle my arm away in a way that will allow me to aim at the handgun at the place a bullet in its body. But it is shaking me violently and its body parts are appearing, disappearing in a way that makes no sense, another oddity of its structure. I can literally do nothing more than hang there like a rag doll, hoping to be saved. As it continues to hoist me up, screeching its approval, Dennis comes back out of the room and fires off a shot. The bullet catches the monster on the underside of its core, sending it backwards and causing it to freeze for a moment. It releases me and I hit the ground, dropping my gun and again finding myself unable to breathe. I feel slightly dizzy, but that fades when I see Dennis is still standing outside of the door. He's firing into the beast like a madman and doesn't see the one to his left coming along the edge of the wall. Push him out of the way! Try to dash towards him and push him out of the way, but there's not enough time. Fuck! This creature jerks out of existence and then reappears right behind him. By this time, Dennis turns and sees the creature coming in. It has already drawn several of its appendages back to strike. Dennis tries to raise his gun, but it's knocked away by one of the tentacles. The second tentacle strikes Dennis and spun around and throw him off balance by the attack. Dennis catches himself before falling. The third tentacle wraps around Dennis' forearm, and I can see it squeezing, tightening instantly. The tip of the appendage passes clean through his hand, its bloody soaked tip poking out through his palm. No! Then his face grimaces with pain. He tries to wrench his arm free, but the creature's tentacles has his hand speared like a nail through the wood. In a moment of dark clarity, I realize that I can free him with a clean shot at the monster's tentacle. It will likely mean blowing Dennis's hand off. Dennis, I yell over to the creature's high-pitched, static voice. Can you get free? I have a shot, maybe. No, Dennis gasps at the creature, tosses him around by his hand like a puppet. Don't shoot, I can get free. The Elfie's right, but the other monsters are starting to encircle him. I need to act fast. Oh, wait. Let's wait. Dennis is fighting hard, doing everything he can to bring the gun with his good hand. He's screaming as he tries to tear his hand away, screaming in both fury and desperation. This only seems to anger the creature, which then swats Dennis with another of its tentacles, opening a deep gash across his cheek. Skin peels back and his eyes go wide with shock. The creature drops him on the ground as if playing with him, and then the floor and space around Dennis seems to warp. The bottom quarter of his body seems to disappear before I realize it's been merged with the floor. Ah! And at that moment I know it's over. 3 others swarm him, surrounding what remains of his fallen body. I don't even hear Dennis scream. There's just a frenzy of crackling, sickening wail sounds. After that, there's nothing else. Fury, sorrow, and absolute rage surge through my heart. I grab my gun as the remaining beasts come toward me. They'll kill me, but I don't care. This is war. As far as I'm concerned, this is. It grabs me from behind and pulls me hard inside. I try fighting her off, but she's persistent, and part of my mind knows she's right. Don't be an idiot, she yells at me. She practically throws me through the doorway. As I fall, I hear her fire off 2 shots before slamming the door closed behind her. Watch burning as she punches a few buttons on the control pad and the wall. It is followed by a metallic click as the door locks. We're safe in the chamber, but Dennis is gone. I should have said look out. I should have said either look out or shoot his hand off, but I don't... Oh, shit. Alright, let's continue. Hey guys, sorry I have to cut it off here, but apparently that was supposed to be the end of the chapter, and for some reason there's a glitch, and it hasn't just happened to me. I've looked throughout all of YouTube, and a lot of people get this glitch where at the end of this it says continue like you saw in mine, but it's supposed to say end of chapter 4. That's supposed to be the end of this chapter. So like I said, I've went through YouTube trying to see if anyone else got this glitch, and apparently a lot of people got it too. So there's something wrong with the game. But for some reason, Mr. Markiplier didn't get that glitch, and he actually got the end chapter quote. So instead what I did, obviously I'm cutting it off here, but I did my own thing as well. So you could see the choices I made and I can talk about them. The only problem is I don't have the percentage because I can't calculate that within the game. But yeah. So these were my choices. And again, thank you to Mr. Markiplier for not getting the glitch. I know it's not up to him, but hey, he was the lucky one. So, the first choice was self-control. Player shot to weaken the creature, not kill it. Yeah, I ended up shooting as you saw in my playthrough, I didn't try to kill it because I didn't know if I could kill it. Keep them at bay. Player distract the creature instead of shooting it. Again, I didn't shoot him mainly because I didn't know if I could kill it. And my main concern was to not shoot and accidentally shoot Amy, so I decided to distract it instead. Weapon of choice, handgun. Yes, I chose the handgun, and I was great because I got the precision for it. Let's see. And the last one was judgment call. I did not shoot Dennis's hand off, and I tried to let him escape, and he ended up dying, which I don't know if he can survive. I've seen other people's videos while I was trying to look for this. If he can survive. I've seen others shoot his hand off and he still died, so I don't know. I don't know if... I'm pretty sure that he basically dies in this scenario, in either scenario. But yeah, these are my choices. Again, sorry that I had to do it this way, but that's what the game did to me. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked this video, hack that like button. While you're at it, hack that subscribe button for more videos. While you're at it, hit that bell to be notified about future videos as well. Comment down below and let me know what you think about this game in general, or how I'm doing, or how you're doing today. And just share it with a friend, because I need more people to watch my stuff. I'm not trying to say, oh, you need to watch my stuff. I need, I need you guys. Please help me, please. And if you're interested in any more videos, there should be some more over here, or down there, or over here. And if you are interested in more videos besides Buried, go down to my channel. There's a lot of videos down there as well. So I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.